Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. I just came up here this morning again to give God thanks, number one. Let you know I'm still praying for you. The odd thing is it actually comes to mind that the Lord will bless the YouTube family, that God will bless anyone that's following, that God will bless anybody that's not following, that he will reach out and touch and grab the hearts of anybody and everybody everywhere and turn us around to do what we put here to do, which is to serve him. That we wouldn't be lukewarm Christians, that we would be hot or cold, we'd be in or out. And that if we in, meaning start walking, do your baby steps, read a little bit. Ask God to give you such a grand desire for his word that it is, like your favorite thing in the whole wide world, whatever your favorite thing is. One of those in the morning for me happens to be coffee. There's some other desires and loves that I like, but I want God to be sweeter to me than anything I've ever tasted or had a desire for. And I want him to give me the desire for him more than anything that I've ever had a desire for here on this earth, that my earthly mind can fathom. So we can ask him that, because our loves and our thoughts are fleshly and of this world. So we don't really want to do the things of God all the time. We want to do the things of that this flesh desires. I want more of this. I want less of that. I want to do the things that I want to do. I don't want to be obedient to you, oh Lord. I want to do what this flesh desires to do, which is majority of the time sinning and more sin. So this morning, I just want to give you encouragement that he can turn our lives around. If you have a desire, just ask him for whatever it is you desire, a closer walk with him. That's what I'm doing. I don't want to be cold. I don't want to be lukewarm. I want to be hot for the Lord. I want to be hot for the Lord. Yes. And remember, he likes to laugh too. He's not this stuck up Jesus that that you see some people, talking about. He desires for us to love and be in peace and happiness and laugh and have laughter and play. We don't have to be stuck up, stick in the muds. Hallelujah. So, but let's also follow him in the right way. Yes, I'm looking like this. I'm about to make me some rosemary water. I'm going to put rosemary. Let me get this stuff. Just wait a minute and I'll tell you. Okay, so I found the ingredients as I was going to use. One of them I can't find. Anyway, so I'm using rosemary. I have it in the bag, but I already had put some in this small jar. Amazon. Fenugreek. This is hard to get out of this bag, but we'll find a way to get it out. I got a big bag, and that's Amazon too. I'm gonna use a little neem powder in it. Those 4 ingredients is what I do. Now I put all that stuff and make an oil too. And I just do the same thing, boil my oil and then strain it. But I have said up here before that due to a lot of trauma and things going on in my life, I have had some bouts with hair loss. If I can, it'd be a little bit embarrassing, but I might try to put a picture up when it was at one point at its worst. Right? I'm a little bit, I ain't that funny about it no more. I was real. Ooh, but hey, life been doing what it's doing. And I thank God I'm here. So I make a water. I thank God for what has been left on my head, and that my little concoctions, keep what I have growing, right? I don't know about so much. It has filled in. There's a lot up here still that need Jesus. But we're going to keep on working. There's still some very, very sparse spots. But it is in no way in the condition that it was in. And my hair is not as full as it was, right? But again, I am trying to hold on to what I got, nurture what I have, bring back what I can, put some prayer on. Phones get ready to start doing its thing again. So like I said before, I do have a camera, but I don't know how to work it. So hopefully my daughter is somewhere working on how to do it, and then she can show me. And then maybe I have a better quality of a video. But anyway, so I was looking up so that I could give you a little bit of a, the rosemary is for promoting thicker hair and improving the scalp circulation, stimulates hair follicles. Clove powder stimulates blood circulation, flow to the scalp, and encourages hair growth. Fenugreek helps with hair loss and strengthening hair follicles. All of these have lots and lots and lots of vitamins and stuff too, and there's more to it, but I'm just giving you just a brief little synopsis. The neem powder strengthens hair shaft, prevents split ends, repairs hair damage. So I'm in need of some of all of that. So like I said, I do have an oil which I put on my hair most of the time weekly or every other week, whatever. I just do it as my hair needs it. But I'm gonna make a water. I also like spritz my hair in the morning, not wet, but just spritz it in my scalp. But like I said, if I can't find a picture, I'll add it of just how much the gaps that was in my hair. I can show you, like, at least I'll show you maybe one. I ain't going deep like that because y'all can be harsh up here and a little bit nice and a little bit mean. So it's enough going on without me adding all of that in. But let me put some water in this pot. I'm gonna get to adding this stuff in this in here. I don't necessarily have a recipe. I just add, and then I'm gonna use a strainer to try to strain the stuff out. The little ingredients that I'm putting in. This is the rosemary. How about I put y'all closer so you can see how much I'm adding. But like I said, I don't have a recipe. I'm just trying to do whatever it takes to preserve this body that the Lord gave me and everything about it. My little hair that, you know, has taken its, has had its beat downs, and going through. But you know, hey, I got something that I can cover up my scalp with, and then, you know, as you can see, it is preserved to the best of its ability for the moment. This is the neem. This is fenugreek seed, right? Because this is not, if I was doing the oil, I would put it in a crock pot, to be honest with you, and let the oil just sit in there and kind of simmer overnight, and then strain it. But I'm just gonna put this up here I'm gonna turn it up high and get it boiling and turn it down. Just let it sit up here, and then I turn it off and just let it sit in this pot all day, strain it, and then put it in a plastic or glass jar in my spray bottle. This clove powder, this is gonna be the most aggravatingest thing to probably get out. I hope it dissolves a little bit more this time than it has in the past, because it don't really, it want to get and stick in your bottle and get into, you know, where your the sprayer, and not be can't easily spray. All of this stuff, I believe I just got it. You can get it at your Whole Foods store. You can get it off of Walmart. I mean, not Walmart. Sure, you can get it off of Walmart.com, honestly. But I got it off of Amazon. And then this is the clove, ground clove. I use whole clove, but I don't have any more, especially when I'm doing my oil. Just again, because it's easier. Anything, you know, that's bigger is easier to deal with. So that's the way I put it in there. And I'm just making, like I said, my own little concoction of hair growth water, hair follicle stimulation, for hair follicle stimulation. I'm not right now still experiencing breakage, or because like I told y'all before, one of the things on my channel is to go, I'm working on going through a healing process of this mind, body, and soul. And the hair is part of the body. So we will work on it all, because it's all included in what God gave us to preserve, which is ourselves. You know, he lives inside of us, but we also want to beautify, we put on our little mud mask and everything else, trying to keep this body that's eventually going back to the dirt as well as it can be kept here on this side of glory, right? We do want to be able to look in the mirror and say we did the best we could with what God gave us. I don't care what he gave you. We're going to try to work what he gave us, right? So, and we're not being vain, but I mean, if you want to look at it like that, then you look at it like that. I'm not going to look at it like that. I'm going to look at it as though I'm taking care of what, the Lord gave me. And I did allow life and some things that was happening in my life to take my body and hair and things down another way. So we're going to try to go back and mend some of what was broken. I don't know that I'm going to show trying to get that. I might, if I can. I might show it. It don't really matter to me. But sometimes, trying to get that stuff, drained at, is aggravating. And trying to film it or put it on this video might not look real well. But we make it work. This pot is heavy too. That was another thing. I don't know why I really chose this pot. But this pot is heavy. Anyway, so we'll be back. And let me remind you that your story matters. I don't know what you're going through this morning, but God's standing there with his arms open wide, waiting for you to talk to him. And he got your back. And he's ready to fight for you. He can release any amount of angels right now that he wants to in your stead. Well, come for him. So y'all folks that's out there doing the most to God's people, you could be one of God's people too. You better watch out and stop it. All right? Because you messing with his babies, his children. He love us. He love you too. But he don't intend for you to be a terror. I don't know what I did with one of the my little hair ties that I try to keep the bags closed with. But anyway, we'll be back. And as for the smell, it smells delicious. Like, it smells good. It has a great, cloves smell really good to me. Now, that's a natural scent. If you don't like natural scents or anything like that, or you feel like you're going to be around people that don't like these, the smell of natural, basically herbs, it smells really good, You could add some peppermint oil to it if you want, but that right there is still going to be, to some people pretty strong or whatever. But I personally right now, I don't smell it. I don't care. I got drama up here. You see that? And it was so much worse. So much worse. Y'all can talk, smell, do what you want to do. Don't matter to me. I'm going to preserve. As long as it don't stink, and it don't. It has a nice odor, like I said. You can add things to it if you want to, but yeah. My hair has already been doing what it's doing, going through what it's been going through. I'm grateful to have what I got up here. Because at one point it had gotten so bad for other things for stuff that I've been going through for the last 6 or 7 years, And it caused, stress causes hair loss, even with locks, and what it was doing is it was falling. I kept seeing all these little circles on the floor, right? All these little circles. Like I was in the bathroom and my floor would be covered. Like, I don't know what this is. In the shower, after I washed my hair, I didn't realize that I was experiencing hair loss. But it was so bad at one point that I had to, and so wide, and so this right here was gone. I had to wrap my hair. I wore a hair wrap every single day, even to work. And I didn't work where I wanted to wear a hair. I don't work where I want to wear a hair wrap. Yeah, but I had to go to work with that hair wrap and just endure the questions, and I don't think I said what the reason the hair loss was for, because I was in the midst of what it was coming from. But then I experienced it again from a home situation that I was living in. And we thank God for that escape as well. I'm going to call that just what that is. Anyway, so we started doing the things that I found some natural remedies that would, try to aid, because it was a while before I even see. By the time I saw it, it was already done. I was in that much trauma stuff going on that I wasn't even paying no mind what was happening to me and my physical and stuff. I was just trying to survive in that go mode, getting up early, getting home late, working in between, trying to get things done, trying to keep things tidy, trying to make everybody around you happy. Didn't realize what was going on with myself until I was getting ready. I was to send my daughter some earrings or something, and I put the earrings on, and she said, well, let me see them. And for some reason, I leaned down and I took a picture of them or something. And I was getting ready to send her the picture, and I said, oh my God. So I sent her the picture. I said, tell me what you see. She was quiet. I said, it's what we see. That's what we see. Oh my God. So from that point, yes, the stress was still going on. The situations were still going on at the time. But I started praying about it, and then I started doing things, to try to aid in my hair, as well as I wrapped it, because it was, like I said, way worse. But, we got left what we got left. And we working that to the best of our abilities, and we not going to stop. And while I'm not happy with this, like it is, I'm also at the same time grateful that I have some, At some point in this life, I always said, I just cut it all off, and I'm gray anyway. I be dyeing this stuff up here, just the little edges and stuff. 57, just about to be 58 in a couple of months. Yes, I put some hair dye up there. Well, it's really more like a little rinse to be gentle, a little bit more gentle. But listen, call it vain. I'm trying to keep myself together. But anyway, so in trying to keep up with the healthiness of my hair, I found these little remedies that would be moisturizing, that would stimulate the scalp, that would not damage my hair any further. I also try to remove some of that stuff and out of my life. And we thank God for that. We thank God for sending a few people in my life that helped that preparation, that aided in helping me make some changes into my life. I will be forever indebted, and I am forever grateful. As you can see, it's got a nice boil going to it. And it smells really good to me. I feel like I'm going to put some more clove in here because I want to smell the clove a little bit more. I'm going to turn it down a little bit because I don't want it to boil over. Don't let stuff in your life, please, 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 please don't let people, please stop now. If it's happening, unless you want to end up in a place where, see, now some of this is probably aging too. You know, some of it is probably just a natural aging process. I mean, that does happen. I don't know. I do know that since that I have taken myself, since God has fixed some of the issues around me and some of the things that was causing so much internal and external trauma, I sometimes just want to say the people that did it. We try to do the things that will aid back to getting us back to a healthy state. We thank God for creating these pathways that have been able to, I've been able to go on to get me to a more healthier state of mind and being, right? And in process, one of the more beautiful things is my relationship with him. It's growing. Yes. I'm very happy about that, because that's the thing that gives me more peace than anything, to know that you serving the one that made you, and that one day when he should call you home, that he gonna say, well done. Because everything you're doing down here means absolutely nothing, because one day you're gonna answer. One day you're gonna answer, y'all. My brother got called home Friday. Don't get me talking about that. Gone. I did get to see him about 3 weeks ago. We thank God for the moments that were shared, conversation that was had. I thanked him, at that time. I thanked him for being a good brother. I thanked him for looking out for me as big and as little as he could in the times that he did. All my brothers have looked out for me. I have a brother, Calvin, who just passed away. Brother Donnie, he tried to tell somebody that look out for me when I went to high school. He passed away, I believe, back in 1990 in a car accident. But before he passed away, he tried to do his part, I heard. He was still my brother, but we were all young at that time. He tried to look out for me. My brother Junior, definitely always been in my corner, provided all the prayer and places to stay multiple times for me and looked out for my kids. My brother Travis, ultimate protector, provided places for me, provided finances. All of them provided for me all my life. And Derek, my brother Derek, he has always looked out for me too. He has always come every time I could say, Derek, it's a baby snake on my porch. He'll try to tell me what to do while he coming, but he getting in his car. If something wrong with my heat, he getting in his car. If he need to fuss at somebody, that's what he gonna do. Now, he might be the only one that was gonna go that far. I guess because he the baby brother, he still got some steam, you know what I mean? But they have all been there, and they have all considered me their little sister. Or not their little sister, I'm sorry. They considered me their only sister, and I'm grateful, and I'm thankful. And I could pray to God for a sister. That ain't happening. So I'm grateful for my brothers. I'm grateful for my mother raised my brother's daughter, Lolita. She is my not blood sister, but we are sisters just the same. My father has a son, and we call him brother. He is my brother, Alan. He is my brother. I don't know if he want to be or not sometime, but to me, he is. But I let people be where they want to be in the time they need to be there. And I'm here to love. I'm here to push forward. I'm here to thrive. I'm just not trying to survive anymore. I want to thrive. I want these hands to do what God put them here to do. I want these feet to walk where he want them to walk. Yes, I done and been and participated and said and done some things that I shouldn't have done in this life, that he didn't tell me to do, but his grace and mercy kept me. And I know I'm a little bit everywhere, but I told you that's what this channel is about. I'm up here I'm healing. So therefore, I'm popping out what comes in. I'm listening to me talk about these things on top of that. So therefore, I hear what I'm saying. I do something about that, right? I try to read the word. When I say try, I mean I'm training to read the word, because it's not something that I absolutely love doing, because it doesn't come in my head and like it does someone else's. So it's a little bit different, but I'm not stopping, because the word of God is what's going to keep us. So the devil might as well move on out the way, because I got that before the Lord. I got me before the Lord. I am ever before him. I am ever thankful. First, seek the kingdom of God, y'all, and all his righteousness. Everything else will be added to us. He going to take care of you. He going to keep your mind. He going to get that abuser up out the way. Abusers, watch out. You don't know who God coming for next. We never know. That includes me. Don't ask me if I'm scared to pass away, because you don't want to hear that answer. Because I say I love the Lord do not mean that I ain't got no fear of that, because I don't understand what happens when you close them eyes. I just know that one day I'm going to be with him. I just know that I am in training and making preparations here now. That one day, when that time should come, if that time should come before he blow that trumpet, that I will be able to stand before him and he said, well done. Because I don't want to hear, depart from me. If you think it ain't real, keep going like you're going. If you think that because you just said, well, Lord, save me, I'm going to keep on doing everything that I like doing. I am not going to crucify this flesh at all. I'm going to do everything that I'm big enough to do, because all I had to do is just believe in you. I don't really believe that. Now, you could come against me if you want. That's up to you. Take it up with the Lord. I believe that he wants us to serve him. I also believe that there's something for these hands to do. And a lot of times that does mean that we got to crucify this flesh. I'm with you. My flesh want to do and go and be and play a part of things too. And this flesh has won. But he let me get up this morning, and I done already said, forgive me of my sins. And I'll say it again. God, forgive me of my sins. Wash me clean. Wash me thoroughly. Sweep the corners of my mind. Sweep the corners of my heart. All unforgiveness. All nastiness. Things that don't please you. All things that cause your heart to hurt. Everything that you did not intend for these hands and these feet to do. Take my love for it away. Take my desires for it away. And replace them with your desires and the things that you want me to do. I don't want to be cursed as that fig tree. I want to bear the fruit that you want me to bear. Come on, y'all. What's what we're here for? If you don't want to go down there to that one that will torture you forever, who gonna laugh at you because he got you to do everything you were big enough to do here on this earth. Get a relationship with the one who's somewhere preparing a place for you right now, so that you can live with him in a beautiful place. That's what I want. Somebody said, well, what if that ain't true? What you enjoying down here that much that you're going to take that chance? I don't see too much that, What? You better get in him, breathe in him, live in him, pull this old man off, oh God. All right, y'all. because my video getting long and my phone already messing up. I love y'all. We not gonna get this right, but we gonna get before our Father, and we gonna say, here we are. You asked for me. You want me. I'm coming with all my nasty. Pull it off. So what am I gonna do next? I'm gonna let this boil, sit here and look like dirty water. And then when I can, hopefully I'll let it settle, because I get a little anxious sometimes and I come down here, then I want to do stuff myself. We're gonna pour it off, strain it off to the best of our abilities into a bowl or something, and then pour it into some containers. And then I use it every day. That's what I do. And I don't have no storage for you. I can't talk about that stuff because I do not know how long your stuff gonna keep. I don't keep it long because I spray my hair daily. It's water. So I try to put moisture in my hair. My hair is dry. So I try to spray my hair daily with it. And like I said, thus far, we'll try to add a picture so you can at least see that the gaps were a lot bigger. God has blessed my hair to grow. But the thickness is just not there. I don't have thick hair, but I never had thick hair anyway. Just keep that in mind. I never in my whole life had thick hair at all. But I had more hair than this, and I had more hair than that. Yeah. But we got something. We got something up there. We're going to give God thanks for this. We can still put something in a ponytail. Hallelujah. So what I'm trying to say is give thanks in everything. Find the good versus the bad. Find the joy versus the sad things. That's all you got, right? So we just want to just live the rest of our life in the best way we can, and not keep allowing that. If you keep allowing the devil to prick at you, these people that's causing pain and trauma to stay up in your face and keep making you a victim, it'll keep happening. It ain't gonna stop. But do your best to remove that. If they need the police in their life, then so be it. If they need a lawyer in their face, then so be it. But try to remove yourself from that situation and try to ask the Lord to open them doors. And we talk about this a lot. Open the doors, oh God. And I believe that's in Revelation. I just read it. Yeah, I read something about Revelations, and I think it's Revelations 3 in Revelations 3 in the 3rd chapter. So look in there and read it. I read it in the NIV version, and it was talking about them opening them doors and closing some doors. So y'all, we want the Lord to open up the doors that need to be open in our lives, and we want him to close them doors that need to be closed. That might hurt a little bit because sometimes it includes people. I don't want to talk about that. Because I feel your pain. I'm with you. We don't always want to let that go. We don't. I'm human just like you are. So I ain't trying to pretend nothing. I'm up here real as you probably gonna get. All right. Or I ain't real as you gonna get. I'm just being me. Hey, it's fun being me because it's easy. So let me do this thing. This is what I'm gonna use. Remember this flower screener? I'm gonna use this in a bowl and just pour my water in. I'm not using that cheesecloth. You know why? Because that cheesecloth will hold smells, and even if you wash it, and I don't want to buy another one. So unless I cannot absolutely spray through my bottle with what I'm about to do with this, I'm not using that cheesecloth. If I can't, then I got to come back to the drawing board and use the cheesecloth. We'll be back. Now I turned it off, and I'm just gonna let it sit here and just sit for a long time today until the stuff in it that just kind of soaks down, floats down to the bottom. And then we'll come back and try to drain it and get some of that goodness out of there, and work these products to the best of our abilities, you know. That's all I came to say for the moment. All right, so I had already drained some of it before I thought about picking it back up. So a lot of it is already in here. But I did leave some when I thought about it. And a lot of that is, as you can see, the stuff that I don't want. Now, if this was oil, honestly, I would just put that in the bottom of the jar or container and just let it stay right in there. I would not get rid of that. And I might still put that in a jar, honestly, and put some oil in there with it because I just don't like wasting stuff. But so far, with doing it that way, I had let it rest after it was hot. And I didn't see a lot in this bowl. So I'm going to put what I'm going to use right now in this bowl and then store the rest in a glass jar. Let's hope this stays in there. If not, you'll see a mess. Woo! And of course, I went over. If I wanted to, I could actually add some olive oil in here. Well, not with it being that full. But I could add some olive oil in here. But when I do this daily, I really just do it for moisture. So I don't want to add anything other than just the water itself. Because the days that I feel like it, I will add the oil to my hair that I have basically the same ingredient in, but I'm not gonna add oil every day. And so I don't know what this is on, if it's on spray. Yeah, I just spray down my hair, don't wet it. And this, like I said, is for oil and for maintaining what I got left. I'm trying to keep up with that. I spray my scalp. And now, like I said, I found multiple pictures, but I ain't really gonna add that up here, honestly. I ain't adding all of them. I'm gonna add one where you can see a decent gap that I don't have anymore. But these all were way worse. So that's what I do when I wake up and I take my scarf and stuff off my head. And before I get my day started, I spray that infused water. I didn't get the other side. And so far, so good, you know, and I try to keep the stress out of my life. I pray, and I try to keep the stress. I try to stay away from the people that cause me stress. I try to stay away from the things, and sometimes you can do that, and sometimes you can't. So this is what I'm going to add. This is probably going to make about a 30-some minute video. I'm going to add that picture. I'm going to put that, this leftover stuff in a jar. I'm going to put some oil in there, and we going to scrounge what we can out of that. And I could throw it away. Because I got that. No, I'm not. I'm not going to throw it away. Let me just hold true. And I also I did forget this because I was talking. I'll massage it into my scalp a little. I do have like a battery operated little massager I got off of Amazon that I do sometimes too to stimulate my scalp because, as I said, I'm older and some of this could be hereditary. My mom wasn't, my mom died at 70-something. She had her hair. My daddy had his hair. I think he had one little spot in his head, and it was very small. So this is definitely, a lot of this is stress, and the fact that when I removed some of that stuff out of my life and the trauma, that's a lot of my hair did come back, but it's definitely still a work because the picture I'm about to show you was maybe a year and a half ago. Yeah, I think it was a year and a half ago, something like that. So at the most 2 years, because where we are in this picture lets me know this is my grandson had been diagnosed at that point. So he was diagnosed with leukemia. There's a vlog in my thing about that as well. But that is not what contributed to the hair loss. It was other things. So, with that said, that's what I came to show you. And I'm going to put the picture at the end. Thank you for watching. And if you don't want to make this, don't make it. I was just showing you part of my journey and something that I do, you know, with this troubled hair of mine. I just spoke something negative. To bring my hair back to a healthy state. There we go. All right, y'all. Bye. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for watching. If you feel like it, subscribe. If you're interested in my little conversation or just my little daily vlogging, talking about self-care and loving on you, loving on me, talking about domestic violence. And I speak to the one that's being abused, and I speak to the abuser, and I do it in my own terms, nothing clinical, just my own things, and also speaking and working my way through traumatic events in my life and depression that I've gone through, working my way back from due to trauma and different things like that, which in turns causes this stuff. So, anyway, bye. We'll talk later if God says the same. And remember, your story matters. And love on somebody today, but first love on you. Find the love for yourself. How you do that? If you don't know how to gather it up from inside, go and find somebody who is a counselor of some type, free. I don't care how much. If it's free, it don't mean that it's not going to be beneficial. Please don't think that. All right? Get your help. Help you walk out of some situations in your life. Not going to be a victim no more. We're going to be victorious. You and me, we can do it together. Okay? And if you got some hair issues or whatever, make you some dirty water. Because they know it look like dirty water, but it smells good. And if you wanted to, you can add like a lavender oil, a peppermint oil, cedar oil. You can actually do the rosemary oil in here. This is fine with me. This is actually fine with me. I don't need to add anything. I like it. It smells like, mine smells a lot like clove because I put more clove in there. But I'm okay with the natural smell. See how I just keep on going and keep on talking? It ain't no problem, it's me. And I'm learning to love me. Learn to love you. Y'all can learn to love me too. You just don't know it yet. Bye.